It was probably a good idea for me to watch this episode on Crunchyroll after what happened in the AFC Championship game. Seriously, that fucking sucked. But anyway, I'm back with another one as I give my thoughts on D4DJ All Mix Episode 4 titled Spring Storm. So, let's get started. Of course, this episode covers the month of April, as we start with Miyu watching Michiru's reaction to the Operation Beckoning Cat performance that Lyrical Lily had in the last episode. She then gets a phone call, and it's revealed that apparently a cat that just happens to look just like Nochio damaged the equipment from the venue that currently holds the events. So yeah, basically this was a cat that was sneaking in, chewing up cords, which as someone who has grown up with rabbits, I know all too well. Apparently though, this time around, the little shit ended up bumping into buckets of water from the second floor and bumping them down onto the floor and all over the electrical equipment. And we all know that water and electricity usually do not end well. Kurumi calls the cat a pranking cat, which then Mooney points out that Kurumi does do a lot of pranking herself, and that she wasn't pleased that the cat was referred to as another Nochio. Mooney got very worked up over this, which was too funny and adorable coming from her, making Maho having to calm her down. So this puts things in a dilemma because the next show is in 2 weeks, and they have to consider moving the event elsewhere since the current venue would not be able to be ready in time and be able to host. The only other options considered were Alter Ego, which is a members-only club that Rondo is resident of, as well as Yoba Academy and the university, where unfortunately both of their venues were occupied for other school events. Aoi, however, proposes the idea of using Alter Ego, stating that since D4 Fest, she felt like Rondo needed to change. She then goes back to the events of the OVA, D4DJ Double Mix, and how Rika proposed that the two units perform together. I love this part and being able to look back at this and see how Aoi meant by how special this was, because I really enjoyed Double Mix and I enjoyed the story that it had to offer, especially the idea of the fear of being able to change and do something completely different. That's something that I can certainly relate to, and I'm sure a lot of you watching this can as well. So when Aoi was seeing everyone enjoy Lyrical Lily's performance in the last episode, it made her feel like that Alter Ego was a narrow, closed space compared to what she saw with Lyrical Lily's performance. This makes her believe that Alter Ego needs to open up to everybody. Everyone loves the idea and is on board with it to try and make this concert happen. And of course, Aoi knows that they have to negotiate this with the kind folks of Alter Ego. So we go over to Alter Ego, and Nagisa and Hiro were also much on board. So they go to Masaki, I hope I said that right, who helps run the place, and Masaki agrees with Aoi's intentions, but she has to discuss this over with the owner of the venue. She explains that while opening Alter Ego would be good for both the venue and Rondo, she cannot give an answer right away. Age restrictions and the brand need to be considered, not to mention how the Mermaid Rondo performance and Lyrical Lily performance were two complete different animals, which totally makes sense. She's definitely right on that. Not to mention how different these units are when it comes to the overall theme and music. Can I also say for the record that Nagisa was just so goddamn funny in this episode? Anyway, despite the concerns Rondo has, Aoi says that they need to honor the history, which again is completely understandable. We as a people hate change and like things how they are sometimes. It's very natural for all of us to do that. So in which Rondo is received motivating messages from the other girls like Haruna, Marika, Sayori, and Rika. This leads to Rondo deciding to take action and do something to convince Alter Ego to open up. So this next scene I really enjoyed. So we get Tsubaki entering Cafe Vinyl, a place ran by, spoiler alert by the way, if you play Groovy Mix, Irie, I hope I said her name right, who was part of a unit called Call of Artemis, and Ryujin, who was part of a unit called LMO. He was in this unit with Shinobu's grandfather. Anyway, Tsubaki was looking for Irie, in which she walks in shortly after and wants to have another lesson with her, which I find this pretty cool. So unless I missed something in Groovy Mix, I admit I need to catch up on some of the stories in it. I apologize. Irie has actually trained Tsubaki over time, which I think is pretty cool to see a bond like this. I didn't really expect this. Irie basically looked like the fun older sister that just looks after you in this scene, you know? Meanwhile, in that same moment, Hiro and Nagisa practically turned into quite the comedic duo as they were watching what was going on while trying not to get caught. Though I agree with Nagisa, I think Hiro is enjoying this way too much. You need to calm down.
Hello.
Airi also was very good at bringing up embarrassing stories, which embarrassed Tsubaki quite a lot, which also was just flat out adorable. Then, Kyoko walks in looking for Airi, in which she had trained Kyoko too, it turns out. Also, thank you, Hiro, for reminding me how you are the mother of the unit Rondo. Thank you for reminding me that, because my suspicions are totally correct.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
Tsubaki asked Airi, what can I do for my team? How can she help Rondo take the next step and overcome this hurdle? As she was talking to Airi, Kyoko walks in and says she wants to help Rondo out too, hearing about this proposal from Shinobu. Then we get some cuteness overload with Airi going over and just stretching out Tsubaki's cheeks. Airi was completely awesome in this episode. So Tsubaki talks about how she's so reliant on Rondo and why she wanted to contribute to the team. She feels like she can't do anything, but Kyoko tells Tsubaki that her actions, no matter what, will help Rondo. She goes over to open the door, in which shows Hiro and Nagisa standing there acting all innocent despite that they were, stalking her. Anyway, they reveal that they feel the same way that Tsubaki does, that they want to help contribute, but they can't seem to come up with anything either. And I swear to God, we get the cutest freaking thing ever that Kyoko has ever done in D4DJ completely, and it about gave me a damn heart attack. She said she wanted to see her team too and got so embarrassed. I just can't. Oh my god, I'm sorry. She was way too precious in this scene. She was way too precious. So Tsubaki states that she will have trust in the future and tells Nagisa and Hiro to meet up with Aoi and think it over together. So they meet up with Aoi as she was working on a song that she believes will either make it or break it. I guess you can say it was one of those days. I'm sorry, that's all I can play it. You know how it is on here. Tsubaki gives out the idea of handing a survey out to club members to give their opinions on age restrictions at Alter Ego. Aoi likes the idea, even though they don't have much time until the show. So they needed to find a way to get this survey out to people who follow trends and try new things. The answer? Michiru. Michiru's platform.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
In Michiru's stream, she ends up posting a video of the Rondo members, all four of them, talking about the survey and giving fans 4 options to answer on how Alter Ego should handle their age restriction and members-only policy. Afterward, Rondo is talking to Masaki and are prepared for whatever the answer may be, whether it's good or bad. Masaki then reveals something from the Shimizu Consulting Company. Same last name as a certain lovely member from Piki Piki, right? Yes, Esura's family company. So I guess that's what her family company does. It was a customer attraction and loyalty report that was complied from Esura. So yes, Esura, the lovely member of Piki Piki, pulled off a massive W here. Piki Piki pulled off a massive W here. Masaki announces that the owner approved Alter Ego being open to the public, but of course, with some conditions. There are some things they still have to go by, since they had to work out, certain hours and other things. Minors would still be allowed to attend this event, but it had to be held during the day with no alcohol being served. Again, completely understood. Masaki stated that Alter Ego needed to keep up with the times and how the place gained a strong following after Rondo became the resident DJ there. And in the end, I've said it with every other performance so far, we got a hell of a performance from Rondo, and I won't lie, this song may have just become my favorite Rondo song. Literally, that's all I just kept saying during the song. It was so good. But yeah, at the very end, we are teased with the next episode being centered around Mermaid. I can't wait. Give me more Rika. She gives me life. Anyway, in the end, this episode was awesome. I love the interaction with Airi, Tsubaki, and Kyoko. Hiro, Nagisa being a comedic duo, they were funny. And just seeing how, even being rivals, that these units can still come together. All 6 of them, all 24 of these girls can still come together and help each other out. There were a lot of good things from this episode, and I really loved it. I got nothing to complain here. I overall enjoyed it. There were a lot of good moments in this. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm glad you guys have been enjoying these videos, checking them out. I'll continue to make them, and I'll continue to make the funny memes that I usually do. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.